That's okay, but yeah, it's like different people have different symptoms differently. They may have the same types of symptoms, but at varying degrees due to the wearing away of the myelin sheath over their nerves, or the size or severity of the lesions on their brain or their spine. Myself, I have all my lesions are on my brain. Now, it's like, and if your lesions are on your spine, then it can affect different parts of your body differently, more or less, either more or less severe depending on the place where it is on the spinal cord. And yeah, it's like yeah, and it's like I've had friends who've had MS, that, like, I have constant vertigo and have ever since the onset of my multiple sclerosis symptoms, which was after that car wreck back in 2006 that tripped it off. And so other people who have multiple sclerosis, I've talked to several or many people with, that have MS, and they, it's like they also have vertigo, but maybe it seems like everyone else I've talked to has it worse than me, or I've just adapted to it. It's like, and it seems like they, from the sounds of it, they have it worse than me, but I'm just throwing that out there that I've possibly adapted to it. I know I have, but maybe that's the reason there's other people seems worse. At any rate, I'm not trying to compare or anything. I'm just saying, that's my own experience as I see it. And like I was saying earlier, and this can happen in varying degrees or differently for everyone. But what am I trying to say? This can happen differently for everyone. But it's like the, and also according to the stage of MS that each person is at. Is that like the lesions on my brain? If by chance, for whatever reason, the MS lesions on my brain, one of them starts to get a little bigger or darker or take up more, just get bigger, I guess. It could possibly affect my brain differently, and therefore could take away my body's abilities, a little bit or one at a time or whatever. And, because it's like, if that lesion goes into the speech area of the brain, then my speech would be affected. Maybe I'll start slurring my words, and maybe it'll cut me off and I won't be able to talk. And, or I'll start talking gibberish or something. I don't know. And it's like, maybe it would affect, maybe the lesion gets into the part of my brain, that controls my coordination, and, and so therefore I lose my coordination, possibly. If I was to get a lesion on my back, lesion on my spinal cord, then, or part of my brain that controls that. I'm not sure. I forget where it is, but, maybe I would lose my ability to walk, and that would suck because then I couldn't run. But this is why there's such urgency within the MS community to find a cure for the disease, because there are, I don't want to say a number. I'm just going to say millions, because I know it's a lot, but there's, lots and lots and lots and lots of people who have lost their ability to walk due to this disease. And if, when we get a cure, when they find a cure for MS, then, those people could walk again, give her, a hope against hope, just, and, people like myself at the earlier stages of the disease wouldn't have to worry about, with a cure, we wouldn't have to worry about, possible later stages of the disease and, going downhill. It's like relapsing remitting MS. What I have is sort of like a roller coaster. Goes down with symptoms and comes back up into remission. Down with symptoms, back up into remission. With secondary progressive MS, it goes, you have a relapse of symptoms and then it levels out. And then you have a relapse of symptoms and then it levels out. And just keeps getting worse every time. You have a relapse of symptoms. And you people with MS don't recover. We don't recover from, if we lose, from what they say, from what I've heard and read, if you lose an ability, then, basically there's no healing MS. There's no getting that back. And what else was I going to say about that? I have a friend I had on the show here a couple weeks ago, Sherry Staten from down in Portland. She, I forget exactly what stage of MS she's at, but she has, she sometimes uses a walker, sometimes uses a scooter, sometimes goes without. It just depends on how she's feeling each day, and it's like, MS is just like that. You can wake up one day, I'm sure this is vaccine related, but it could be I've had this happen just because of my MS or maybe the treatments I was taking. But wake up some days and just feel like, oh man, I don't feel like doing a thing. My body's so sore and I'm tired and everything. And then there's some days where it's like, I just want to run around the world and, or at least run around Tacoma, where I live. And, sort of a crapshoot like that. And that's another reason that we all want to find a cure is so that we can, be rid of this disease and not have to worry about, maybe waking up tomorrow and just feeling tired, or maybe waking up tomorrow and being totally sore, or potentially waking up tomorrow and not being able to move our legs. That's potential for this disease. That's a possibility. That is one reason why I'm grateful every morning. I wake up and I just get out of bed, put on my shoes and go about, we'll get dressed and put on my shoes and go about my day, either going to work or running or whatever. And, it's like, MS, like I was reading earlier off of WebMD's website, they are constantly doing research on multiple sclerosis, trying to find a cure, find out more about the disease, see how exactly, it's like it's still out there. It remains a mystery. They're finding out more and more about it all the time, but there's still only so much they've been able to find out about it. And yeah, this being World MS Day, just I was reading that this morning. Someone posted about it on social media that it's World MS Day today, and I had forgotten about that it is May 3rd, that today is May. I didn't connect it to May 30th, World MS Day. But I figured since it is, I'd make this show about, World MS Day. I put out an open call for guests, and I put out an open call for guests on my show today. And actually, after I put out the call, I thought about that I should have gone ahead with my thought I had the other day and lined up someone or some people with multiple sclerosis to be on the show today. Maybe did a MS group Zoom call. But yeah, it's like they're like I'm reminded here, looking at how MS can affect the brain. MS can potentially affect one's cognitive abilities, affect their moods, affect their way of thinking, affect their relationships with anyone and everyone, family members, friends, the general public. It can affect maybe it can affect the way they move their arm. Maybe it affects a nerve to where they can't move their right arm anymore. Like when I fell out of the tree and when I was 11 and had the brain injury, my left side was paralyzed because the right side of my brain was damaged since I fell on the left, and the right side got it hit harder because it bounced back up and hit the side of my skull. Therefore, the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body. So because of all the bruising on the right side of my brain, my left side was paralyzed. And if I'm just theoretically, if a lesion on the brain affects that part of the brain that maybe affects those nerves that run to your arm, maybe that arm will be unable to use it, or it'll be weaker. At which point I guess I've heard of physical therapy helping with that, helping to not help it not get any worse, at least maybe build up some strength or what have you. But yeah, it's like my running. Ever since I started running, well, okay, I'll back up. When I got back into hiking,